G'day punters, here we are at the Southern Poker Tour, Havoc in the Hills 3, and I'm sitting next to the legend himself, Shurane Vijayaram. And for those who don't know, Shurane was the winner of the Aussie Millions back in 2017. So welcome to Harndorf. How are you, Shurane?
Cheers. Having a great time here at Southern Poker Tour. It's my second Southern Poker Tour series and having a great time so far. It's only day 2 so far of the series, and it's a pretty good turnout. Playing the high roller, which is a $400 buy-in. Good crew of dealers and TD staff, and the players are really great as well. The food's remarkable at this venue.
Yeah, the Southern Poker Tour do a pretty good job, don't they? You came to the last one in the Barossa, and I think from memory you picked up the super high roller and came second in the PLO.
That's right. I had a bit of a slow start at the last series, but then got a win in the super high roller. Had one of my good friends on the final table as well, and got a second in the PLO, which is nice, and picked up second for player of the series.
Yeah, as well.
Which is nice.
In fact, that came right down to the wire, I think, didn't it?
That's right. Uncle Amin was made a late charge for the player of the series. He had a deep run in the main, I believe, and it was only a very small amount of points that separated first and second. But I was still very happy to have a good finish in the series after what was a really slow start.
Yeah. In fact, I think Uncle Amin, he was in the main event and he got enough points to get over the line, but I reckon he got it all in with ace king against pocket aces and managed to win that hand. So it's a lot of sliding doors in poker, isn't it?
For sure. 100%. You need a little bit of luck, and you just have to play the best you can. You can't control the cards, so you just play the best you can, and sometimes it works out well and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Now, I was talking to Joel Williams, who's the guru of poker in Australia. Of course, he used to run the Aussie Millions, and now he's a big part of APL. But he told me a little story about when you won the Aussie Millions back in 2017. Do you want to retell that story? Because that's quite fascinating, the way you did that.
Yeah, it was that was a sliding doors moment for sure. I was not intending to play Aussie Millions. I had engine malfunction. I had engine issues with my car. It was only firing on 3 cylinders, so I was supposed to drive up to New South Wales.
Ooh, taxi.
I was supposed to drive up to New South Wales like 4 days before Aussie Millions day 1, and then my mechanic was like, you can't drive more than 20 kilometres. So on a Saturday night, I can't remember the exact date, Saturday night I decided to play a satellite at Crown. There was only 1 ticket given away. Second place got 8k cash. We made a deal on the final table in the satellite so that second place would pay out 3rd, 4th and 5th, and 6th I think it was. Yeah. There were a couple of players that weren't in on that deal, and then it ended up being me. Three-way with the 2 people that weren't in on the deal. So, yeah, it was a very interesting set of circumstances, and I was by far, I think, the worst player in that satellite on the final table, and managed to get lucky. And if I knew back then how to sell action, I would have sold like 50% of myself easily in the main. But luckily, I didn't know how to sell action, and it all worked out well. Yeah.
And the other part of that story was you wanted to sell the ticket. Joel told me you wanted to sell it rather than just get the cash and go fishing.
I did want to sell it, but Crown doesn't allow you to sell your first ticket if you win an entry into a tournament. Multiple tickets, yes, you can sell them, but not your first ticket. Obviously, there's no guarantee of cashing, and at that point, that was the biggest tournament I've ever played. Previous to that, the biggest tournament was a 2250 Poker News Cup main event, which I'd won in a satellite many years before. So I didn't have any big money experience. Many would have considered me to be dead money in the Aussie Millions main, based on the fact that I had no experience in big money tournaments. But everything worked out well, and luck was on my side. And
you won 1.6 million?
That's correct, 1.6 million.
Unbelievable, life-changing event. And I think you had a famous last hand in that tournament. Wasn't there some sort of big call, a pair of 5s?
Yeah, I made a hero call for the ages. Pocket 5s against King High. Ben Heath, who's a very good player, very well respected, and has gone on to bigger and better things after that event.
I didn't really do it in Vlogger.
Yeah, Yeah. It was a hero call, and I was in the blender for like 10 minutes. You know, it was a long tank, and I managed to think it through, and it was very lucky and very fortunate, and very glad for what happened.
Yeah, no, it was a brilliant call. In fact, I knew you called it pocket fives, but we were actually talking about this earlier today because someone mentioned, oh, there goes Shurane, and the guy next to me, Damien, he'd actually watched that hand, and he said, oh, it's a legendary hand. I didn't realise exactly how to play it out, and he sent me the link. So yeah, that's recent knowledge. Yeah. So you're in the high roller. What other events are you going in here at the Southern Poker Tour?
Well, I won a satellite last night for the super high roller, so
Yep.
I'll play that, and I'm going to try and play the main as well. It's a good event to play, decent structure for the buy-in, big field. So my plan is to play pretty much everything while I'm here.
Yeah. If you run deep in the high roller and the super high roller, you probably have to have a crack at the turbo for the main. Yeah, that's where I am at the moment too. Still in the high, playing the super high roller. So one chance to get into the main.
Yeah. I was debating last night whether to play the main or play the satellite for the super high roller, and it was very close actually. But I knew I was going to play the super high roller anyway, so I thought I'd play the satellite, and it worked out well. I went heads up with Casey, and he got $800 per second, so he's a really nice guy as well.
Oh yeah, Casey. Yeah, Casey's the king of the satellite. Yeah, and your mate Craig Abernathy, who runs his own little website where he rates all the series. Oh, there it is, Australian Poker Schedule. So shout out to Craig Abernathy, who's one of my interview subjects. He actually rated all the events of this series, and he gave a 5-star rating to the super high roller.
Oh wow!
But he marked a couple of the others down, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Craig's had this site for a few months now. He's had it up, and it's great for tournament poker in Australia. People can jump on the website and then see, how the structures of different tournaments, and gives them a good rating. Craig's very fair.
Yeah.
He's very fair. He's a bit of a stickler for the rules, which is I think everybody knows that, but he's very fair, and it's great for people that don't have the time to research all the structures. They can just go on the website, see what sort of playability they're going to get in different buy-in tournaments and satellites, and it's really great.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, the noise is going through the roof here. People are starting to come back into the room because the tournament's about to resume. So Shurane, thank you very much for chatting to us, and all the best this weekend and in your poker future.
Thank you, John. Pleasure.
Yeah, great stuff.
Cheers.